There aren't many manga with asexual characters, at least not confirmed ones. With headcanon, there are a decent amount, especially in shonen. So, when my queer self heard about a series with a character whose asexuality is worn openly by the character herself and the author, I took notice. I Want to Be a Wall by Honami Shirono, published in English by Yen Press, tells the story of Yuriko, an asexual woman who marries Gakurouta, a closeted gay man in love with his straight childhood friend. Their marriage of convenience keeps their families, friends, and co-workers quiet and allows the pair to live their lives peacefully, with Yuriko and Gakurouta helping each other in their newfound situation. There's a lot to talk about with this manga, and I'll probably do another video or two about it at some point, but today I want to focus on one very important scene, one that made me feel all kinds of emotions. This first volume contains 6 chapters, the first 4 of which show the newlywed life of the pair and them adjusting. Chapter 5 details Gakurota's past and his one-sided love for his friend Sosuke, and Chapter 6 tells us Yuriko's story. While meeting up with an old friend, Ume-chan, Yuriko looks back on her high school life. The two girls loved boys' love stories, or BL, where two men fall in love and have romantic and/or sexual relationships. These are often unrealistic stories, not reflections of modern-day life, and are more about wish fulfillment, written by women for women. In high school, Ume-chan remarks to Yuriko that she doesn't have any interest in a real relationship. She doesn't understand why all the other girls want boyfriends, and she just wants to read BL. Yuriko agrees with this sentiment, and she clearly loves the way Ume-chan helps her and protects her, showing her that she isn't alone in not wanting any kind of romantic relationship, unlike every other girl in school. But when they get to college, Ume-chan changes. She starts dating a boy and she pressures Yuriko to do the same. Yuriko's safe space with Ume-chan is gone. She is confronted with the reality that seemingly everyone else in the world wants a relationship of some kind, romantic or sexual. However, while studying abroad in America, Yuriko meets Gil, who tells her about asexuality and that it is completely normal. When Yuriko implies that her being asexual might be a sickness, Gil responds with, "Would you tell a gay person that they need to go see a doctor?" Yuriko says of course not, they're free to fall in love with anyone they want. And he tells her that if that's true, then isn't it also okay for her not to fall in love with anyone too? That is when Yuriko started accepting herself. But before that happened, back in high school, we see Yuriko reading a shoujo manga, non-BL, and noticing that the many characters all eventually find a partner. This makes her feel out of place, as they're all high schoolers like her, but she's not living the kind of life they are. In contrast, she likes BL books because all of the characters are men. She, as a woman, doesn't belong there. She is looking into another world, one she doesn't feel left out of. It is a place that has nothing to do with me, she says. And jumping into that world allows her to escape the real world around her, which pressures her to date, pressures her to fall in love, to feel her heart flutter and her face flush. Things she simply does not experience. Viewing a world of only men, Yuriko doesn't belong. She is a non-entity. But that also means that she isn't an outcast, a weirdo that people give strange looks to and gossip about. She never has to feel prejudice in the world of BL. That scene, just 2 pages long, is probably my favorite in the entire book, because I know what it is to feel like a fantasy world is my only safe space, and because I feel for Yuriko. I am not asexual. At least, I don't think I am. Actually, I probably fall somewhere on the spectrum. In middle school, I did manufacture a crush on a classmate to feel normal. While talking with some friends, we talked about crushes, and even though I didn't have one, I said I did, and picked a girl that, well, I don't really know why I picked her, but I did, and I told them that I had a crush on someone. I don't even think I told them who it was. I just lied to myself to feel like I fit in. Romance stories don't do much for me, and I have hated for a long time the way that most media, including anime and manga, depicts romantic relationships. They feel so fake to me. And maybe it's because I don't feel love or romantic feelings the way the majority of people do. Yuriko's distaste for non-BL stories, as well as her love for BL, makes sense to me because I can relate to her feelings of isolation, and because I can fully understand why she wants to avoid the standard romance stories that end up in almost everything. Even Naruto and Bleach have romance, even if it's in extremely short supply. That's not her life, it's not what she feels, and she's essentially been made to feel that being asexual and aromantic, as it's pretty clear to me that she is not good, that it's not the way people live. And that's terrible. Hopefully, there will be more and more acceptance, and kids can grow into adults without feeling like they don't belong, whatever their identity. That's the world I want. The world Yuriko lives in isn't her world, but she can still be happy, even in a conservative society that doesn't even try to understand her. She can find relationships, platonic of course, that make her feel good and deserving and loved. Everybody needs social connection, bonding with other people. And as Yuriko's life shows us, those relationships don't have to be romantic or sexual. It's okay to be ace. Don't ever let anybody tell you different. Thank you for watching. I'm serious, I love this book, and I can't wait for Volume 2 to come out, as well as any other volumes that were made. Thank you Yen Press for publishing the English edition. Thank you Emma Schumacher, sorry if I mispronounced that, for translating it, and thank everyone else that worked on the book. And thank you, Honami Shirono, for creating this story. In the description are links to a couple of reviews of this book that I read while working on this video, by themarysue.com and butwhythough.net, that say some really great things about it. They're well worth reading if you're a fan. I'm Shaggy Jeebus, I'm on Twitter and Patreon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I hope you find, if you haven't already, someone that accepts you for who you are and loves you as much as you deserve.